Dublin Metal Gatherings. This is Liv from the band Liv Sin and the band Sister Sin. And I hope you all will check in my interview. Don't miss it and stay metal.
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hello Liv.
Hello.
Welcome to our company.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
We have a very special guest from Sweden, Sweden, and from iconic metal band Sister Sin and Liv Sin. Liv.
Hello. Nice to be here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing good. It's 10 o'clock here, so it's a little bit dark, but I think that I got okay lights anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, we see like your red hair and so on, so everything is from that side. So from those who don't know Sister Sin, Liv Sin, or you. So can you describe in just one sentence yourself or your music?
Pretty straightforward. Well, Sister Sin at least. Pretty straightforward rock and roll kind of metal. And Liv Sin, pretty straightforward heavy metal, I would say. And I guess since I'm the lead singer of the both bands, that I am that too then. Long sentence, but yeah. Straightforward, heavy rock and heavy metal.
Yeah, I would say also as well old school, right? Old school
yeah.
metal.
Good stuff. So Liv, how are you in this, these days with this COVID situation? How affect your plans?
I mean, obviously I was supposed to do a reunion with the Sister Sin just for the summer. We were supposed to do a festival of reunion since it was 5 years. 5 years ago since we stopped playing, or we quit the band. The band quit. So the idea was to have this summer and do a lot of festival and just have fun together. And that obviously didn't happen. So everything is postponed to next year. So we hope that we can have our 6 years anniversary then instead then next year. I mean, let's hope so, because we don't know anything. No one knows if how long this will take, obviously. So, but we all hope that we can go that concerts will start again pretty soon, and at least to next year. And that so then the idea is to do the summer reunion or the summer festivals with the Sisters in next year. And obviously that was kind of a downer, because we started to rehearse and we had everything planned and we had the festivals coming up, and then like, okay, nothing. And that, I mean, that changed the whole my whole summer. And obviously a lot of people's summer will change, or did change because of this. Pretty much everyone's, I think. And but for Liv Sin, since we didn't have anything booked, fortunately we didn't have anything booked, because I was doing this thing with Sister Sin, and then I was going back to Liv Sin this fall and starting new music, etc. So fortunately for Liv Sin, we didn't have anything booked, so we have not lost anything. But obviously we don't have anything coming up right now either. But we are already starting making new music instead. You have to take care of the opportunity here to at least start to make new music. So instead of just sitting and waiting, we are taking all this time to write new music. And maybe that will actually mean that Liv Sin will release new music sooner than we would have if Corona or COVID didn't happen. So I try to think that with everything that feels not very good, and that, I mean, ruin your plans, there's something good in it too. So right now with Liv Sin, we are in a pretty good writing mood, which is awesome when you like feel the rush of energy of writing new material. And so I'm happy for that, but I'm also a bit frustrated of not knowing when to be able to hit the stage again.
Oh, Liv Sin will be sounding very frustrating and heavy when the new
Yeah.
material comes out.
Probably yes.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Ag,
that's
can you
me.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I think there is a problem with the internet.
Yeah, back to Liv Sin. So we'll talk about feelings and so on, what you're feeling about the situation and so on. But let's go a little bit like exploring who you are. So first of all, Sister Sin, what I know, wasn't your first band. And also not Hysterica before.
No.
There was a period you tried to start your own band. And so can you tell us about your first band?
I started my first band when I was 14, and I forced my two best friends to play with me. They didn't listen to. One was listening to rock music, but the other one was not listening to any rock music, and I forced her to play bass. I was playing guitar, and then I had my other friend playing drums, and we were called Sisters of Kali, because I was very into the god Kali, the Indian god Kali. So, and we played really, I mean, we was 14, and we were 14, so we were not that very good musicians. So I was playing pretty slow but heavy riffs, because that was all I could do. And I was singing also. Actually, I was playing some flute too in that. So it was a little bit weird, I think. Guitar, singing, and flute. But yeah, so we played for 2 or 3 years, I think, before we kind of just dissolved. I was moving somewhere to work more on music, and they were doing other stuff. But it was fun, and it was like the first experience of music, just like 3 girls that didn't know so much about anything with music, just trying to rock. We were all like dark. I mean, we had all like black, always black clothes, and like really dark makeup, looking like some kind of black metal band.
Yeah, so it was an all-female black thing.
Yeah.
And so you played the flute and guitar?
Yeah.
And you're doing it nowadays, or?
No. It was a long time since I played the flute, actually. I started to work more on my guitar when I was in, what is it that? It's not high school. I get always confused in which to say. Gymnasium, we say here in Sweden. But when you are like 15 to 18 or 16 to 19, yeah. That I was going to a music school. Actually, we have like a special school for music, and I was starting on flute, but then I go over to play guitar instead, and then I kind of put away the flute because I wanted to play heavy music and not so much playing the flute.
I can't imagine a very aggressive like flute somewhere in Sister Sin or Liv Sin.
Yeah.
Weird.
It would have been fun. I mean, I love the band Jethro Tull, which have an amazing flute player. And that is rock with flute. But I never developed that very much. So I just started playing the guitar, and then I realized that I was not a very good guitar player either. So I started to sing instead. And then I left the guitar too. But I can play chords and some riffs still, but I'm not like this a super guitar player.
Cool. And
while Nick is reconnecting.
Oh, hi. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Nick's place for a moment. He's trying to reconnect. So I'll ask his question. Is that okay?
Yeah, yes. But can I finish my question?
No problem.
I wasn't, and now I forgot what I wanted to ask. See? So, so rounding up. So how long did you play the Sister of Kali? And how did you end up then in Sister Sin in the end with guys?
I think that Sisters of Color played for 2 years or something, and then I went forward after the gymnasium. I went to another music school for a year, and then I had no band. I had like but we played music all the day there, so I didn't need a band. And after that, I moved to Gothenburg, where I put an ad in a paper. Which seems long ago today, but I did put an ad in a paper, in a music paper in Sweden, looking for a band. And then the former guitar player of Sister Sin called me and said that they were a band and they were auditioning, but they were looking for a male singer, but he really wanted to have a female singer. So he wanted me to try, because I think I sent him some tapes or something. He wanted me to try out, at least to come to audition.
20 years ago, right? That's
yeah, I think that was like 2002, something like that. So almost 20 years ago. Or 2003, yeah, around that, when I was living in Gothenburg. So yeah, so that's how I started. I went to that audition, and then they just told me that if I wanted to be their singer, they hired me on the spot, even though they wanted a male in the first place.
Wow.
Or first, yeah. So that was pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So
yeah, go ahead, Veronica.
Okay, thank you. So, what music artists were an influence for you at the beginning?
Mostly, first of all, it was like 2 or 3 bands when I started out. It was Pantera, because of the guitars, because I wanted to be a guitar player, first of all. So Pantera and Dimebag. And then when I started to, excuse me, more went into singing, it was more, Sebastian Bach from Skid Row, because I loved his way of singing the high notes. And yeah, he had a really great voice. He could do, like, I think that I really liked that he could like do those high screams, and which also brought me to Rob Halford, obviously, and Judas Priest. And I was very into Rob Halford's solo album, the Resurrection album. I got very inspired of that, because I was thinking I wanted to be like the female version of Rob Halford. So I would say that those are my and I can't forget that there was a band when I was 15. There was a band called Grain Stockholm, which was just females. They were all girls, and they play really heavy metal. And that them for me was like, I look up to them because I also wanted to be playing heavy metal. So I have to say them too. I have to name that name also, Drain Stockholm. But I think they only did 2 or 3 albums, so not so much. And then in later years, also Dee Snider, for being one of, I mean, I've always loved Twisted Sister, but he for me is the best front figure that you can see on stage, because he's a really entertainer. He entertains the audience. He just communicates with them, and he has like this natural way of just getting people to get into the music. So yeah, I have to say him too.
Yeah, he's very vocal on stage. It's like,
yeah,
very interesting to watch the band.
Yeah, definitely.
I've seen their last gig in I think, yeah, it was in Wacken. Yeah, they were great. Cool. Amazing.
Yeah,
I never seen like Twisted Sister, but it's on my bucket list. It's the only glam metal band that I'm listening because it's so good. Like Dee Snider, it's amazing, and his solo album now.
It's very good. I love his solo album. Yes, it's great.
Yeah, some songs are like, whoa.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm aiming to get it because when I heard it was from another planet, it was so good.
Yeah.
Back to you. So you were the singer in Hysterica and Sister. Sorry, you were the singer in Hysterica and Sister Sin at the same time, and eventually you chose Sister Sin due to lack of time, if I read it correctly, and you are working as well full time. So I'm wondering now, how is it going to work with Liv Sin and Sister Sin now?
Well, actually, when when I had Hysterica was in Stockholm, and I was living I am still living in Stockholm, and I had Hysterica in Stockholm, and I had Sister Sin in Gothenburg. And then the actual reason was that I got a problem with my vocal cords. So I was not allowed to sing for a whole year, and I was on heavy medication. And I didn't want to let two bands wait for me, because I didn't know if I was ever going to be really, really good again. So I chose one band and let the other band go. And then I chose Sister Sin because it was a little bit closer to it was more closer to my heart. I actually started with Sister Sin before Hysterica. So I chose Sister Sin because they were already my brothers. They were like my family. And with Hysterica, we had a lot of fun. And they were in Stockholm, so it was very convenient, and we had so much fun, just girls. But I just felt that Sister Sin was the band that I was supposed to be in if I would survive if my vocal cords would survive, which they did, but it took over a year. So that's why I decided to just let one band wait, and that band wanted to wait, so that was good too.
And for me, it's like Sister Sin. For me, like I've heard a little bit of Hysterica, but Sister Sin is like from another level. For me, it's like.
Yeah, I mean, I love Hysterica. They are still around, not very much, but they are still doing music, and they are still my friends, and we had much fun doing it. But then I think that I'm closer to the Sister Sin family and the Sister Sin music. So
yeah.
and sorry.
I would say that the lyrics from Sister Sin is a little bit more aggressive, I would say, than.
Yeah, definitely. But for now, I mean, Sister Sin is just a reunion for the summer, which was supposed to be this summer, but it's going to be next summer. So unfortunately, there is no plan for new music, which make it easy for me to continue with Liv Sin.
So if I understand it correctly, so you would see each other in summer, but it's not going to be touring countries.
No. The rest of the guys in Sister Sin, they have their families and their job, and they're really happy about that, and they really like their way. They're not very interested in touring all over again, but they felt that they really want to do this reunion and just have some fun and play some festival and just bring back that feeling that we actually have together.
So in short, like Liv Sin will be building the legacy, or you'll be continuing the legacy of Sister Sin with Liv Sin in the future.
Yes, that is my plan. I mean, then we'll see. I mean, if you never know with anything, maybe they would change their mind. I don't know. But even if we would continue with Sister Sin on some level, even after that summer, I would still want to do Liv Sin too, because that is my music, is my lyrics and my writing. So
I'm looking forward to all the new material that Liv Sin is going to produce and so on. It's amazing for so far and so on. We'll talk about it in another. We'll develop it further in 30 questions.
Yes. I can get my cat to speak instead, right? Would you? No.
Beautiful cat.
Very nice. He looks so relaxed.
Yes.
Is it he or she?
It's a she. Yes.
What's the name?
Sharma.
Sharma?
Sharma, yes.
Sharma. It's like word charm. I hope it's from shawarma.
The Sharma, it's from one of my favorite authors. His name is Robin Sharma, and he has written a book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, which is a really, really good book. So that's why her name is Sharma, is after that author. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take some water. All right.
Okay, so let's get back to Sin. Actually, Sin is
Yeah.
your trademark. Can you tell us a bit how that started?
For obvious reason, it started with Sister Sin. Sister Sin, it's not, I don't remember if, it's the name Sister Sin comes from a song, a song from a Swedish kind of punk rock, glam rock band long ago, the 80s, called Shotgun Messiah. Or wait, was it the other band he had? Never mind. But at least it was the drummer from Sister Sin, Dave, who came up with the name Sister Sin. And I think he already had the band when I joined it. So the trademark of Sin is not kind of my idea, but since we used it with Sister Sin, I started to just use that in with my own name too, and then with Liv Sin to have like that connection with Sister Sin. So it's more like because of the band name Sister Sin that I still use the kind of Sin name. So it just got stuck on me somehow.
Yeah.
Welcome
Got stuck
back.
with me as
Welcome back. Good. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Can you hear us now?
Back to Sister Sin. So you have been making so much noise, and since 2000, and then suddenly it all stopped in 2015. So how was it when it all suddenly ended, and how did you find strength not to quit, but to stand up and continue and go beyond what Sister Sin ever was? A long question.
When we stopped in 2015, obviously it was a shock for me and Dave. Obviously didn't want to stop playing, so for us it was a shock when first it was Strand and then Jimmy didn't want to play anymore. But it's not like I don't understand it, because we were touring constantly. We had no money. We slept in the van all the time. Not all the time, we had hotels too, but we always toured in the van, and we were away from friends, family, loved ones, etc. for very, very long. So, and that takes its toll on you. And I totally understand why they didn't have the energy or the will to continue, because we were kind of burning out ourselves with this constantly touring. So I mean, I understand them, and but I was in a shock, and at first, of course, I got a bit bitter, but then I tried to not get too depressed. In the beginning, I fall down and got very, very depressed, because I didn't know who am I if I'm not playing in Sister Sin, because my whole life was Sister Sin, and my whole identity was the lead singer of Sister Sin, and I didn't have any other identity. So I felt really, really lost for a while there, and then I kind of worked through that, and I started to get this idea that just because Sister Sin didn't play anymore, it didn't mean that I was out of the music, and that I could start something, and I could build something that could be my thing from the beginning. So that's that's what I did, and that was Liv Sin then. So I tried to take care of that opportunity instead of just bury myself in a depression over that. But it's still a bit of a shock, and I can still get very sentimental, and I still miss playing all those tours with Sister Sin, because I love touring, but I understand that it's not for everyone all the time.
Yeah, for me it was like shock as well. Like Sister Sin was gone, but like for me you were like the most important member, because you are the lead singer, like you said yourself. You are also the person who was very energetic on the stage, dancing around and so on. And then you came up with Liv Sin. So for me it was like, well, Sister Sin is gone, but you have Liv Sin, so Liv is still there. So I just saw it like, you have Liv is Sister Sin, and then the name changed to Liv, and and there we go, and that's it. And for me, it's like, whether it's Liv Sin or Sister Sin, like if it's you, then I'm like happy, like if the music out of song.
That's awesome. I know it's a little bit of difference between the music. So obviously I made some Sister Sin fans disappointed, but I also gained some fans that didn't like Sister Sin so much because it was a little bit too much rock and roll for them. So I think that I love the music of Sister Sin, but I also love more heavier music, and I always wanted to go a bit heavier. So that's what I'm trying out now.
I think it's sometimes with people, it's sometimes like, if you like, how do you say, develop yourself further, it doesn't like fit with some people. And I think if you stand still, it won't like match some people expectations. So I think over the years, if you just develop further and you go further, you will always gain fans, lose fans.
Exactly.
And the core base is like, the true fans will stay there, and the rest will be gone somewhere.
Exactly. You can't make everyone happy.
And what was then the learning lesson, what you took from Sister Sin to your new band?
To think a little bit, I can't say that I'm very good at this still, but maybe not try to overwork. But I'm still not very good at that, so we'll see. I try to not overwork Liv Sin. I try to not burn out my members, obviously, or myself, but I tend to get very intense into what I am doing, so it's hard to not get back into that, because I'm the kind of person that if someone brings me 6 months of touring, I would probably say, okay, that sounds great. And not everyone is like that. So I try to understand that, and I try to think of if the things that we are doing with Liv Sin, if it's going to bring us something, or if we are just doing it because we think it's fun, or we have to like look at everything and do it the right way, and not burn ourselves out or use up our finances, for example. So I will try to be a little bit wiser about that. I will try.
It sounds logical, like if you looked at Sister Sin, it was touring and touring, like you mentioned.
Yes, but the thing is, I don't see those things so much today. That constantly touring that we were doing, obviously no one is touring right now, but even before that, it was like that culture of just touring was not so much of that anymore. It was more like 2 weeks and 3 weeks and maybe 4 weeks, and then back home, and more like those small kind of tour duts or tour spots, not that heavenly month of just touring. So I think the whole environment changed a little bit, so it's not so many of those doing that anymore. Because I had friends, Canadian band, or friends in the States and Canada, who toured in a van for 2 or 3 years non-stop, and I don't think that so many people are doing that anymore. Yes, so I think that has changed a little bit, actually.
Yeah, I saw the turbos, and then you said in the turbos there's the problem of showers, so you have like the how do you say, the wipes are important. I was like, what? Wipes for touring?
Yes, yes. Very important.
Next time, so now you have like breaks and so on, so next time you are live, you have more energy on the stage.
Yes, definitely.
Looking forward to it.
Over the top energy.
Good. So, Liv, tell me about the lyrics. Are you writing the lyrics, most of the lyrics, or?
For Liv Sin, I'm writing all of the lyrics, and for with Sister Sin, it was Dave, the drummer, who wrote the lyrics. But with Liv Sin, I'm writing all of the lyrics.
And what do you want to say through your lyrics to the people? What is the message?
It depends on the song, obviously. Yes. But I tend to write about things that matters to me. So it could either be things that I've experienced or my thoughts about life or ways, or it can be something that I think that we need to look at, like how the world is today, that we are, my opinion, we need to be more open and more humble and more loving towards each other. And I think that it's kind of going the other way. So a lot of my lyrics are a bit political in that way, that I want people to kind of wake up and see what's important in life. It's not money, it's not fame, it's what you use your life to, because you have one life and you have to use it well, because one day it's not there anymore. So it's important to use it in a good way and not in a bad way. That's my opinion, at least. So yeah. So about some things about that, and also obviously things about how I'm myself have experienced, like well, let me see. The Beast Inside from the first album, Follow Me, is a song where I take up mental issue, or even more that when I was younger, I was having problems with eating disorders, and that kind of, for me, was the beast that I could never get rid of. So that's also something that I write about, things that I can feel that I'm not the only one that have experienced, and we all have like a beast inside. It can be different. It can be anxiety, it can be depression, it can be whatever. It can be that you use alcohol, drugs, whatever. But we all have that beast inside that kind of takes over, and it's always going to be there, but you need a way to just kind of ignore it and just move forward.
And so what is your favorite song from lyrical point of view? Do you have any favorite? You have a lot of songs.
Yes. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's hard because some of the songs I have to choose because I like the music.
Okay.
It's kind of, I have, if you would say right now, if I would choose a Sister Sin song, it would be Chaos Real, because I love the lyrics and I love the song and I love to play that one live, or I would have loved to play that one live. I did on one live stream, but I had so much fun when we rehearsed that song. And I really like it's kind of, I mean, the world right now is a bit chaos real, so I think that it fits very well. And with Liv Sin right now, it's Death Gives Life Meaning, because I really love that guitar, slay guitar in that song. And also I do like, because what I want to say in that song is also that you have to take care of the life and the time that you have, and that if you waste it on stupid things, then you have like missed the point, because everyone's going to die, and that actually gives your life a meaning, that we're going to be gone, so just make your life meaning right now and don't waste it on stupid idiotic things or people or whatever. So
enjoy the life.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy every second.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Very cool. I will study it with new open eyes. Like for me, I told you wrote like the Sister Sin lyrics because it seems like nice follow-up. So it's kind of interesting to hear the points. And the Chaos Royale song is the song where you were with the wipe and the pack on stage, right?
Yes. Yeah.
How are you? Will there be a dress up song for the Liv Sin, or you're just using the Sister Sin to just get the wipe and so on?
I don't know yet. It will probably be later on with Liv Sin, because I like to dress up and I like to. My cat is playing with my throat pills. Shama, come. Look. Nee.
We have a guest.
Yes.
Yeah. Special guest too.
Special guest.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but I do like to dress up and do like theatrical things. So if in the future, I hope that I can do that with Liv Sin.
It's great as well for well, at least I liked it. Like if I speak for myself, it's amazing because normally the band disappears to just say, oh, we are going to do 30 minutes, and you are standing there with the wipe doing like a dance and so on. It's like, oh, that's something I've never
Yeah.
And then you're back to normal. It's something to look forward on stage because no one has done it, so it's your thing.
Yeah.
So looking forward to a Liv Sin. Yeah.
Yep. We'll see what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So you collaborated with Doro Rock and Roll, Beyond Street. I don't know song.
Yeah, Hope Against the Fade.
Yeah, exactly. Soilwork. So Smear, Killing Ourselves Lies, and he's from the production. So I'm wondering then, who will be your next collaboration?
Well, I don't know yet. We just started to write music, so we'll see. But probably someone, because I think that's fun to always to bring other people and other voices into the music. So I find someone. And I also worked with Jyrki from 69 Eyes with the song Immortal Sin.
Oh yeah, I thought I know the song, but I thought it was you, and I don't know. I never paid attention to the collaboration there.
Yeah. Jyrki is from a Finnish band called 69 Eyes.
I think that's the reason, because that were like big names, and that's a smaller name, and then you're like not recognizing.
Yeah.
But you must have someone like, because you worked with big bands. So anyone on your bucket list, or you're just seeing where the lyrics goes and then you find someone?
I mean, obviously there's people that I want to do collaborations with, but sometimes you also have to think who are pretty close. I mean, Björn was very good because he's also in Sweden. Mm-hmm. So and I also love Soilwork. I think it's a great band, so that was very convenient and very cool and very good. But I mean, obviously it would be fun to do with Dee Snider, but he's like way away over at in the States, and I mean, you have to have context, etc. So, but it would be very fun to do something with Dee Snider. I also would love to do a collaboration with Angela Gossov someday if she wanted to do that, because I think that she's
out
awesome.
of music now.
Yes, I know that, but she's managing Art Energy and Amarante, so she's doing some guest vocals sometimes. I know that she did something with Amarante, so you never know, but they would be fun.
That would be something. Angela Gossov and you with the comeback, cool, because like I said, she's gone, and now she will come back.
Yeah,
and it will be boom, and then she's gone again. But something. So make it happen.
I'm going to try. One will see. But otherwise, I mean, there's a lot of people that would be awesome to do something with. I mean, you could like, oh, Rob Halford, and like, there are many that I would love to do something with, obviously. So we'll see what happens the next record.
So that's a nice one, Rob Halford. So
yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Now we are full for the future.
Yeah, so I see a lot of collaborations. Liv, also you did a collaboration with Death Star guitarist Emil.
Yes, he recorded the album.
The name is a bit difficult.
Neutvet, yes.
Neutvet, yes. So what Emil brought to?
He brought the orchestral into the music because that is what he's very good at. He's very really, really good at doing all these orchestral arrangements and keyboard arrangements, which we didn't have in the first record so much. So, and I think also he brought in, he had producer eyes on the ears, so he could like hear, and he helped us out with the songs to make. Sometimes he took things away, and sometimes we put things in to make the songs even better, because you when you're doing the songs, when you make songs, you tend to be really like this. Yeah. You need someone from the outside to
so he helped with the music production.
Yes, so I'm planning to work with him again. So he's doing a new record with Death Stars now. So I know that he has a lot of things to do, but I really want to work with him again, because I think that he did a really good job, and he was very good to work with, very easy to work with.
Good, nice.
And now about the stage. You are a very energetic person, dancing, headbanging all time on stage. So any funny stories to this?
I have not fallen off the stage yet. I have knocked myself with a mic pretty many times, and with like one that I know that I was like hitting myself. I think it was the eyes, and it started to bleed, and it was like bleeding. So, but I think that's just like, oh, this is metal. So, well, it was when we were touring in this moment, and I was headbanging right into the microphone. And then the next day I had a blue eye, so it looked like it was from a fight, but it was not. It was just a fight with the microphone. But otherwise, so far I have not fallen so many times, so that's good. Pretty good balance.
And what about the sound boxes?
The what?
The sound boxes, because you lean sometimes towards the sound boxes. You know?
Oh yeah, the sound box, yeah. And not fallen off them yet, but I will probably do that one day. Yes.
I hope there is someone to catch. If you fall in Dublin, we'll try to catch you if you come to Dublin.
Yes, I hope so too, if I fall.
So, Liv, what do you think about the Swedish metal scene? Is it really strong these days?
I think it's a little bit different than when we played with Sister Sin, or we started with Sister Sin. I don't think it's bad, because I feel like metal always kind of will survive, and there's always going to be metal fans, and there's always going to be a metal audience. The one thing I kind of more feel is that today we are so used to getting everything right away, and we don't want to wait. We are used to, like, because of social media, etc., that everything is happening like this, and that puts a little bit of pressure on bands today to always deliver, always do something to still be there, otherwise people will forget about you. and that makes me a bit stressed. And I didn't have that feeling when I played with Sister Sin, at least not the first years, maybe started in later on there. But I mean, the first years with Sister Sin, we just played and you didn't think so much about those things. And today that's something that bands have to think about, is to promote themselves always, always, always. And otherwise, at least I think that we as band think that we will be forgotten. I'm not sure that we will be, but no one dare to try it out. It's like, so we think that people will forget about us if we are not constantly out there and promoting ourselves, doing stuff.
That's I think with the social media these days. Now you have the free time, because I think you have a little bit free time because of the situation. But before, how long you used to spend for the social media, or you have a special person to?
No, I do everything myself. So I don't have a plan or a schedule or anything. So sometimes I'm very good and but sometimes I think about it and I post almost every day, and then sometimes I forget about it in 2 weeks, and then damn. So yeah, and I feel like now I don't know. When you're on tour, it's so easy to post something. You can always post something from backstage or from the sound check or from the gig, or hey, we're sitting here eating, da 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 da. And now when you have nothing, it's like, I don't know what to post. Hey, I'm here with my cat, or I'm going to work, or so. Yeah, I find it harder to when you're not on tour and when you're not doing something kind of music.
Because social media is really important these days, and it's like a full-time job.
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
want to promote your bands, you have to be there.
I know.
Or something so they don't forget.
Yeah. Would be better to hire someone to do that, because I'm not very good at it, but I try at least.
Yeah, it's also what I see, like it's a very, how do you say, brutal business, because like it's a great medium to get unknown bands, to get them known, but some bands, like, because they have marketing, they know things about marketing, so it's so easy for them to just come out as mushrooms, grow as mushrooms, like getting a lot of subscribers. There is a band like who was very like unknown, and they are like now with Corona they are like rising high because they are so efficient with social media.
Yeah.
And they're getting millions views. It's like, what's happening here? And then you see older bands who just can't cope with this reality. And I think it's a little bit like sad at the same time and great, because you can discover new bands, but like older bands, it gets hard because it comes to number. But I think if you look at older bands like you, Girls School and so on, it was never about how so many people on social media. It was always the connection, knowing that the band will come to your city. It was totally on a different level. It's, I think, shifting and so on. And then you're like wondering, like musician, what on earth am I supposed to do with this social media? It's not your primary job to
do exactly. Then that's a bit hard, because I mean, I want to be on stage and I want to sing and want to have an audience. That's what I do best.
Yes.
And that is, I think, also sad, because like if you see on the stage you get an impression and so on, but everyone judges so quick on social media. And I think the best experience is to see you live, and that's it. But it's like social media is getting like a plus point if you are on that, and it's well, the new reality. And
it's a new reality.
We'll see where it goes. But Liv Sin is old school still, so maybe it's a stage. So to happier things. So
Yes.
bands like Slayer, King Diamond, Motorhead, Dora Lordi Udo. And I was wondering myself, because you're well-known, name, respected, and so on. So if you would be a headliner, which bands would you like to be supported by?
Good, that's a very hard question. What band would I have to support? Damn, this is a question that I had to like think about. There's so many good bands, and there's so many that would be like fun to tour with, or to have to have as a support band, obviously, because they're okay. I would like to have. I miss one of my best touring friends. Is a drummer girl called Justine, who played in a Canadian band called Blackguard. I don't think that Blackguard exists anymore, but she has another new band called Car Chaos. That would be awesome to bring her on tour, because I would love to tour with her again, because I never had so much fun that I had on a tour with her. So that would be like awesome to have her on tour. Then I think that it's like my head is going by totally blind. It's hard to say bands that you want to have as a support band. I want to have fun bands as a support band. I was just listening to a band called Ruskaya. They seem to have so much fun. So but I think to have them as a support band could be a bad choice, because they are so fun and they're so energetic and they have so much energy and they are so good. So if you would have them as a support band, then maybe you would not look as, maybe they would like take over. I don't know, but it would be fun to have them, because they seem to have so much fun and they seem to be great people, and they are a great band. So in that case, it would be really fun to have them.
Different band, very good band, but different.
Different band, definitely, but so much energy. So hard to top that energy, though. So that, at least that's something. And when we have stopped this interview, I would probably have hundreds of bands in my head, but right now it's like 0.
They don't say anything to names. It's something on my list. Check them out.
Yeah.
I know Ruskaya. I don't know the first band. The first band is heavy metal.
Yes, metal, more like modern. Yeah, modern metal.
How you say Car Chaos?
Car Chaos.
Okay.
Yeah, Car Chaos.
Canadian
band.
Cool. And at this point in your career, Liv, what do you consider your greatest achievement?
I would probably say playing Sweden Rock Festival here in Sweden, 2013, I think. That was one of the highlights of Sister Sin's career and my career, because it was packed with people. And we didn't think that so much people would show up. We played like the first day was not even it was not even the first real day. It was like a pre-day for the festival.
Pre-party.
Pre-party day, and with only 1 or 2 stages open. I don't really remember, 2, I think. 2 of the smaller stages open, and we played one of those. And we played like 5 o'clock. It was pretty early, and I think that we had at least then we had the audience record for that stage. I don't think, maybe now it's been somewhere else, so I don't know. I can't say for sure that we have it still, but when we played, it was the record of people. I think it was 5,000 or 6,000 people on that stage, and it's the kind of the smallest stage on Sweden Rock. So that was still like amazing, and I still like, when I think about it, I can be like, ooh, because we did run stand, we're like, look at so much people, oh yeah. So that's a really highlight. And also playing the Mayhem Fest in 2015 was really great, because I mean, that's a touring festival for 6 weeks, and we played with King Diamond and Slayer and Hell Yeah.
That was
so
big.
yeah, and
That
everything
was
everything was
big
so
names.
good. Yeah, big names, and everything was like so good with the organization, and real good. So it's very cool to get that experience. And then I also have to say, playing in Russia with Sister Sin, we did it twice. It was also, it's one of the best countries to play in. One of the best shows we ever done when we played in Moscow. We played in St. Petersburg and Moscow both times, but one of the shows in Moscow was like huge. Volta, I think the club was called Volta, and it was huge. And I mean, we didn't play for so much people, never in Sweden, that we played for 800 or 600 or 800. I remember in Russia, which was so cool. And we had all these interviews, and and we had people waiting at the hotels and etc. So kind of really felt like rock stars there. So that I will always remember also.
Okay.
Definitely.
Have you been to Greece? Because I'm from Greece, but I live in Ireland.
Cool. We have not played there. I have been in Athens.
From Athens.
Yeah, but we have not played there. We were supposed to play, and then Dave got some problems with his hand, so he could not play, so we had to cancel. So that still has to come to play in Greece. I know that there are some festivals, so I hope that,
yes.
or that when the festival starts again, that maybe I can play that with Liv Sin at least.
Of course. We have big metal fan group there in Greece.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like our group are a lot of Greece people also watching. So
yeah, bring Liv Sin to Greece. I would love to play there.
Yeah, so for the Greek people who are watching, screaming, Liv Sin in Greece.
Yes, and Ireland, of course, because
yes, I have never played there. Yeah, I have not played Ireland too. So that would also be very nice to do that.
Yeah.
Scotland many times and UK many times, but Ireland no.
Because Ireland is like always forgotten.
Yeah. That's too bad.
That's like I'm now a little bit crying here. Like I come from the Netherlands. That's where I met you 6 years ago. Yeah. And I look at Dublin. Hey, where are the gigs happening? Yeah. It's like you have not so much choice. And then you're like, probably if you want to see like you and some other bands, you need to go to the Netherlands at least, because here it's not happening anything. But maybe after this interview, maybe something will happen finally here. Magic.
Magic, yeah.
So, but you have been before in Dublin or never?
No, never. Never.
See, that would be nice. Like you, if Liv Sin would play here, new country to the list and sightseeing, like.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We can have some drinks.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
So we have a new thing to add to the bucket list.
Yes.
Dublin and Athens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dublin bigger.
Yes.
But
after all, we are Ireland, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or base. So back to you. So you're tell us about being a rock star. Is it so glamorous as it sounds? And how was it to get to the top? You told about the tour experience, but maybe you have something to add on this topic.
No, it's not glamorous at all, I would say, because, I mean, as I told you before, we were mostly living in a van and having no money, stealing crackers from gas stations in some bad tours. But not every tours were like that, obviously. I mean, if you play Europe, most of the tours are really well planned, and especially Germany is very good, always very good catering, etc. But somehow in America, the tours are not that it's not like the European tours. So I remember one tour, we only got one pizza to share in the band every day. And then I didn't eat pizza for 1 or 2 years after that because I could not even look at the pizza.
Okay. They had only pizza.
Yeah. So, and I don't think that is so glamorous. No.
Yes. I hope different kind of pizza. not the same.
I think it was actually kind of the same every day. It was
Pepperoni?
Papa, no, it was like Papa Joe's or the other, always the same that they came with. Yeah.
Now we have nice image to the Penta pizza, like Liv eating one pizza every day. Like.
Well, not very good.
And how was it, like you're a female and so on, so how was it to start to, like, at first with Sister Sin and like getting to the top, so how was it like evolving?
I mean, we worked very hard with Sister Sin. We always had like, our mind was set on the band was number one, and we always, whenever we got the opportunity to play, we always took that opportunity. So, and we had no arguments about that in the band, that we all know that that's the case, that the band is number one, and this is this is how it works. If you want to develop, and if you want to grow, this is what it takes. You have to do the dog years, and we really did. And I think that today people are trying to avoid the dog years with social media and etc., trying to skip those years and just hop on to the glamorous part. But I don't think that works very well. Maybe for some bands here and there, and artists, obviously it does work. But for most part, I think you have to do the hard work. You have to put in a lot of time and dedication, and you have to prioritize the band. Otherwise, you will not grow. You will just be that band that plays a little bit here, maybe a little bit there, but not so much more. You have to like throw in your whole life, which it's hard, and that's why people stop, obviously. It gets too much and they find other priorities.
Yeah, but that's like the great thing about Liv, it's so continuous. Like I started like 6 years ago listening like the big John, but you see like the band is you are so long musician, it's amazing. You are like for 20 years. I think it will keep continuing. Like we can hope that Liv Sin will be there.
Yes, I hope so too. I will do my best to continue. I don't know how to survive without music, and I think that is what some people have and some people don't have. If you have that, then you just will continue. You will find ways. Somehow you will find a way to continue.
So back now in 2015, Liv, as I was searching now about questions, I have found that you posed for Penthouse.
Yes, I did an interview. Yeah,
but not fully.
No, it was it was an interview. But obviously they wanted picture, but I took very nice pictures with my guitar and etc. So nothing that you can't show your parents.
But how you decide to do this?
It was the record label, Victory Records, who got the. I don't know if they pitched it to Penthouse or Penthouse. They did some stuff with Penthouse. Penthouse used to take in interviews with Victory bands, and obviously, since most of the bands of Victory was all males, but they had always, not always, but Pentas did a lot of interviews with victory bands, and obviously when there was a female in the band, it was even more fun for them. So, but it was, I mean, so it was a whole interview, and with actually good questions. It was a music interview, and not much more than that. It was actually about the music. It was the music section of Penthouse.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Now about your stuff. So I heard Devil's Plating, which is brilliant, by the way, and like my favorite cover. So, but it is a bit different than Danzig. So I'm wondering about the creative process behind it.
Well, we had in our country we had that we were doing an EP, and we were thinking like, if we're going to do an EP, if we do the same music as in full length, why do we do an EP? We have to do something different. So that's why then we had like the idea that we wanted to do an acoustic, kind of acoustic, and then it went into not being that acoustic, but somehow different. And we did some of our own songs like Killing Ourselves to Live and Black Souls. But we also wanted to do, why don't try out a cover? Because with Liv Sin, we had Immortal Sin, by the way. Yeah, we did. But we didn't do much covers. So we thought it would be fun to try out the cover. And I liked when I was younger, 15, 16, I listened a lot to dancing. So I don't remember whose idea it was from the beginning. Maybe it was Tommy or Patrick's. I don't remember whose idea that was, but someone said dancing and that song, and I was like, yeah, that could be a cool song. And I think we just jammed. We tried different. We were in the rehearsal room and we tried different approaches on both that song and the other songs. And then we find that we thought that this was a good approach.
Cool. And so, are you going to do another cover? And who will that be?
I don't know, actually. Yeah, maybe we'll see. Right now, I'm just writing a lot of music, so I have not so many ideas yet, but you never know. I mean, there's a lot of good music out there, so
it's like the headliner crash in your mind is like again.
Yeah, whoa, yeah, exactly. We'll see.
I hope you will have a good night rest after tonight's questions.
Yeah,
will think
I'm gonna wake up in the night and like, oh yeah, but that band would be good and that band would be good. And what that song I should cover. Yeah.
But if you wake up, you can just share the news, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. Liv, I say that you have a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
May I ask how many you have and if there is any story behind them?
I think I have 7 tattoos. Some of them have stories, some of them is just tattoos. Some of them are like show tattoos or gig tattoos. You know, when you go to a gig and there's a tattoo artist next door who's like, free tattoos for the band, and then you're like, yay, what do I want? I don't know, take that one. A little bit like that. So I have some of those that it's like just like, oh, I have to find something, I do that. Because they were like free tattoos. But I have my Sister Sin tattoo on my arm here, which I did because I wanted to have Sister Sin on my body. It's my dedication for the band. And then I have quite a few like more of the ancient Egypt style. I have a scarab. I have on my leg I have Bastet, the cat god. And on my arm I have the Ankh, sign, which is the sign for life, and my name Liv, it's life in Swedish. So,
Okay.
and so that's why I had that. But also I am very much into the ancient Egypt. I love that when I was a child. I read everything about that, and I wanted to be an archaeologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, in Egypt. So that's a little bit of those tattoos, because I really love that ancient Egypt things.
Do you have any song about, because you like Egypt, do you think you can have any album with concept of the ancient?
Yeah, absolutely. That could absolutely be something. I was thinking, didn't I have that a little bit? I have the eye. Liv Sin has that eye of the Horus eye on kind of everything, but actually it's my eye. Our art designer did the eye with my eye, but it's the eye of Horus, but the eye of Liv Sin. So we already have that with Liv Sin a little bit, and we'll see if we develop it more. Maybe. I like it, and I'm thinking about it a lot, but you have to do it in a way that it don't get too much and not make it too much power metal. It's been used a lot in power metal, and my music is not power metal, so I have to make sure I represent it more that suits with the music.
Mm-hmm. You like power metal, because you said
not so much. I'm more into the riffing kind of metal, Pantera and heavier stuff, where you have the guitar, like the really riffing guitars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Death metal as well, or not?
Sorry?
Death metal?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Melodious death metal. I like Arch Enemy and Amon Amarth and those kind of. I do, yeah, that I like a lot.
Good.
Now, about you love to work out and you are a personal trainer. So can you tell us about it a bit more, and the heaviest weight you ever lifted?
I don't know the heaviest weight, actually. I'm small. I don't lift so heavy weights. I try to, but yes. And right now I'm actually more into yoga. I do yoga and weight training too. I think a combination is pretty good. But I do love to move my body. I don't like to be still very much. So I have to move somehow. Sometimes I do yoga, sometimes I run, sometimes I do weight training on the gym. It depends on where I am and how much time I have and what I'm feeling, etc. So but I try to do something every day, even if it's just 20 minutes or half an hour, or even if it's just 10 minutes of a little bit of yoga. I try to do something every day, because otherwise I get restless. So, and I think that everyone should try to do a little bit every day. Our body is built for movement. So
interesting choice, like yoga. I thought you were doing like contact sport, boxing, something like that.
Yeah, more. I think that yoga is a good complement to metal, because in metal you get more of the heavy, more outer expression, and in yoga you can like calm down and more get into the your inner self.
I'm stretching to one with another. I'm doing like sometimes heavy metal, and then Krav Maga. It's like boom.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try some yoga as well.
Maybe you should. It's good both for the body and for the mind.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, here it's more often. It's like a new trend with musicians, yoga, and so on.
It is good. Yeah. But I just think that you should do the exercise that will be done is the best exercise, because if you do things that you think is fun, and that means you will do it, and that's the best exercise for you. So it depends on who you are.
Yeah, exactly. I'm finally in the gym. Like, I was the lazy person, and like since 1 year I'm to the gym, going and working out finally.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
So Liv, as you have fans, of course, because you are a female vocalist. Have you ever received any strange presents from fans?
Sorry if
Have
I
you ever
received. No,
fans?
no. I would say that I have only got very good things. Yeah. So not very strange actually. Just like nice things, like a cute teddy bear or a bottle of Russian vodka with like Sister Sin vodka. I remember they were doing that.
Okay.
And like just souvenirs and I, a couple of years ago I had fans that was sending me stuff from America that I couldn't get here, like some kind of protein bars and powders that I like very much that you couldn't get here. Then they send it to me, etc. So very good things only, actually.
Okay, that's very good.
That's nice, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you have amazing fans.
Yes, absolutely.
And now a bit different topic. So you did a few video shootings from what I saw. Sister Sin had a few, and then Liv Sin has, of course, as well. So can you tell us more about video shooting?
Sorry, about what?
The videos, like, you know, you made the video clips. So.
Yeah, the videos.
Yeah.
Hey, what to say about the videos?
Is it like a plan you have, or is it like this song is nice, I want to bring it out, or
sometimes it's the band's idea, or sometimes it's the label who wants to do videos because of this is the single, we need to do a video with that. And if you think of the ideas behind the videos, always also can be either maybe it's the band, sometimes it's the video producer who has the idea. So it varies a little bit actually.
And
yeah.
And you are in every video, so you enjoy to be like a sort of actress there, or is it like?
No, I think it's fun to do video shoots if they're not. Sometimes when they take from 8 in the morning to 2 in the night, it's not that fun always. But I do think it's pretty much fun to do video shoots. But it's long days. But yeah, I know that some of my band, the rest of Sister Sin, did not enjoy doing video shoots so much. But I think it's fun. I do actually think it's fun.
So you're always there, like in a new way.
Good. I do like it. I do.
Cool.
So when you're on tour, sometimes you're getting bored. So are you playing any games or watching movies, or how you?
I'm no, because I'm more into exploring. So I try to go out and enjoy the city that I am in, or like just the surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like so much being just in a hotel room or in a. I mean, sometimes you're stuck in the car, absolutely, or in the van, obviously. And then sometimes I try to read.
Okay.
Try to read, and sometimes I look at movies or something, but I don't play any games. So, and if I can, I go out.
Movie?
Sorry.
What is your favorite movie?
Also a really hard. The last movie I saw was a movie called Knives Out. Knives Out. It was a good movie. I was good. And then before that, I saw a really good movie called Jojo Rabbit. If you haven't seen that one, you should see it. Okay. It's awesome. Jojo Rabbit. It's a great movie.
Comedy or action, or what do you like most?
No, I like comedies, or like something that means something.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do like comedies a lot.
Okay. And which city you liked more when you were exploring?
I mean, I like when we played Valencia in Spain. It's a really beautiful city. And I really enjoyed walking around in the old town of Valencia. Yeah. Sorry?
And you taste paella?
Yes, absolutely. But I am a vegetarian, so I had to have special paella.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vegetarian paella.
Yes, the vegetarian paella. But yeah, it's really good. And I love Spain and the Spanish food and the Spanish wine, and the Spanish audience is also very, very good. So one of my favorite countries.
Oh. And how long, if I may ask you, how long have you been vegetarian?
My whole life, my parents are vegetarian.
Okay.
Yes, so my whole life.
You didn't find difficult to...
No, when I was a very, very little kid, maybe I was thinking I was a bit different from the rest, but otherwise no. And today it's very, very easy to be a vegetarian, so I don't think about it. I mean I prefer to eat vegetables, so and there's a lot of vegetables to eat, so
Yes.
I don't think that I'm missing something actually.
Okay.
And also, I mean, I love animals very much, so for me I don't want to eat them.
So you don't eat fish?
No, I don't.
No.
And not egg.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're saving animals because you're a animal nurse and not eating them.
Yes, exactly. That's my philosophy.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
I have to see this, and this is so funny. She's so cute here.
So it's your own.
Yeah.
She's getting tired. She was.
And you have only one cat?
Sorry?
You have only one cat?
Yes, one. Yeah. She was a homeless cat. She's a stray cat that I took from a shelter.
Okay.
Amazing. It seems like a lovely cat. Like...
She is lovely.
So
you have stray cats in Sweden?
Yes, too much. Too many of them.
Because in Greece we have cats and dogs, but here in Ireland, never seen.
We have too many in Sweden, but we're a lot of shelters that take care of the animals and try to get them adopted and make sure they get vaccinations and yeah, nurture them, and so that's yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So what's your favorite tour memory?
I would probably be Russia, that I've already talked a little bit about, but yeah, playing in Russia, and just like the audience was totally in ecstasy and was amazing, and the people in the hotel, and just like a very weird feeling of being some kind of rock star. So yeah, playing in Russia was really, really awesome. I think that's one of the greatest audiences are in Russia.
Yeah, lots of bands we have here for interview, they say all good things, all bad things for us. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. And Liv, do you have any non-metal favorites? Bands or artists?
Yes, absolutely. I listen to a lot of reggae music. So one of my favorite bands is called Soya. Soya, yes. It's a really, really, really good reggae band. So for me, probably it's the music that I listen to most when I don't listen to metal. It's reggae. So Soya and Ayatera is another band that is really, really good. They have like reggae music is very good at the vibe and the groove and vibe. They're really good at. So I like that music a lot.
Interesting choice. South Earth.
Yeah.
And anything else that you are listening during your free time?
I would say right now it's actually very much of those bands. So
you're getting into the Zen mood. So you are letting yourself out in Liv, in the music, and then like yoga and reggae.
Yeah. And then some metal.
And animals.
Yeah, exactly. This cat, she actually likes metal because she sleeps when we play metal music. She just sleeps. Yeah.
Amazing. Like a sleep music. That were our questions. We are going now to the viewers' questions. So for anyone watching and have any burning questions about Liv herself, Liv, the band, Sister Sin, just ask them, and our guest will pass them to us.
So I have a question for Mark O'Brien. What is your dream festival to play at?
Wacken open air. And Hellfest would be cool too, but I would love to play at Wacken.
Yes, perfect.
Perfect. Like that was what I was thinking. I think you never played in Wacken. That would
No,
be...
never. And I really hope that I would do that one day.
Or 70,000 tons of metal?
Oh yeah, that would be awesome too. Definitely.
Yeah, that is a festival.
Yeah.
My dream festival.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool one.
That's on everyone's bucket list. We did the interviews and it was like, it all started, I think, with Rohan and then the stories. And then there was, oh yeah, let's put that on the bucket list there.
Yeah.
So we have a question from Hugo Prudente. Any plans for new material?
Yeah. With Liv Sin, yes. Not with Sister Sin, but with Liv Sin, we are working on new material right now. So, but I don't know when we're gonna record it or when we're gonna release it. But we are working on new material at least. So it's.
And your previous album was 2019, 1 year ago in September,
Yeah.
Burning Sermons.
Yes, exactly.
Right. And what I'm wondering then, because like I think it was on CD, the first one, Follow Me, and then Burning Sermons, and Burning Sermons is only on vinyl edition, or is it still available as CD?
It's on CD too. Yeah. Should be on CD too. Yes.
On your web shop?
No, we're out of them. Right when we don't, for now, when we don't tour, we have no finances to buy in new stuff because we don't sell so much. If you go on tour, you buy things for tours, and now it's no tour. So on our website, I think that we don't have any CDs or vinyls. Maybe one.
So one. But yeah, we'll provide links and send the stuff.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have that on the website right now. We have only like T-shirts and other merch stuff, not the music. But I know that you can buy it on like others things, other sites. You can buy the CD obviously and the vinyl.
Yeah, and on your links you can download it as well.
Yeah,
what I saw.
Exactly.
So that's something.
Yeah.
Liv, I have a question from Joe Womal. He's asking because before you said about Sister Sin that you had the plan to do some rejoining.
Yeah.
Yes. He's asking, do you have any plan? Do you know how many shows you will do with Sister Sin?
No.
Or you will be only.
Yeah, it's only this for the summer, so June, July, and August next year, and depending on how everything looks, and if there are going to be more festivals or less festivals, I mean, we don't really know. We only know that the shows that were supposed to be this year are postponed to next year, and we hope that we can get maybe some more shows, but we'll see.
Yes.
And can you tell us which shows it were that were scheduled?
We only had festivals in Sweden, so it's only festivals in Sweden.
Okay.
Unfortunately, so far was only Sweden. So, Gävle Metal and Skogsröjd, I think. Yeah, there was a couple of Swedish festivals, but not more than that.
So for the viewers who are watching from Sweden, it's easy, and for other ones, you can put for next year on the bucket list and some money to just do a trip there and to see Sister Sin if you want. We have a question from Mark O'Brien. Do you have a collection of CDs, vinyl, or both?
I don't. No, I actually don't. I don't collect so much. I had a little bit of vinyls, but my CDs. I used to have a lot of CDs, and they are kind of stuck somewhere in the basement because I don't have so much space. And I actually don't have a CD player anymore since I listen to music on Spotify. So that's too bad. But I do have. I have vinyls. Not so many, but a little bit of music that I like or that I like to put up on the walls, because I think it's nicer to put a vinyl on the wall than a CD. So the vinyls are nice on the wall.
Any tapes?
No. When I look around now, I see mostly my own stuff on the walls, actually. But that's because I'm proud of it, so I put my vinyls on the wall.
Nick, I think you are the oldest person. This is the reason you have like tapes. Like I had one tape memoir, but I think it's great and so on that you have the tapes and tapes and tapes. Yeah,
I don't have so much tapes, no.
Okay.
Different generations, so.
Yeah.
Cool. Very good.
These were all questions from the viewers. So for the viewers, thank you for watching, participating with questions. And we'll post all links so you can support Liv in person. You can follow her on Insta, Facebook. We'll post the links again. And don't forget to subscribe on their YouTube channel, as we will release in 2 weeks the full interview if you want to watch it or missed a bit of part. And then we want to thank Liv Sin for the interview, for telling us about the band, the plans, about herself, and for sharing all stuff.
Well, thank you for having me, and I hope that we all soon can go out to shows again. That would be awesome. I think that we all miss the playing, even though they are streaming. I've been watching a little bit of the Wacken streams these days, but it's not the same thing. So I really hope that I can meet you guys and the viewers too soon on stage somewhere instead.
I hope to. Thank you very much, Liv.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks to the viewers. Thank you, Veronica.
Yes, thank you. Even I don't see you, Veronica. And thanks to you. Yeah.
Hello.
And well, have a great evening to you all.
You too.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah,
and
thank
for
you.
Viewers, also great evening and stay metal and heavy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.